Has it?
2 weeks till Brooklyn? No, yes, I think it has. I think it's been a long time since we've done anything, because you gotta freaking, like, move and stuff. Throw all my life into chaos.
Don't ever move. It's awful, and it's hellish. Just don't do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's a good idea. I think most people should never do it, ever.
Subject. Those little bits make me so happy. Subject has been, like, wowing. Like, every snap I have with him is like, wow.
Really?
Horseshit. Why are you horseshitting in the background?
Well, I just realized that, like, every sound clip that I use... So I revamped my Mac. Revamp is the word we used to use. I reloaded everything. And some of the settings aren't right. Most of them are. I guess it's just these clips right here that are stupid and small.
Did you see my giant mug of hydration, Steven? I have to, like, back up for it to be on camera.
Oh, that's a big baba.
It's 64 ounces. It's massive. Ow.
That's like almost a half gallon.
Is that really?
It is a half gallon.
Oh, I have a half-gallon jug of water.
I have a, like, I don't know how many ounces is in this. Hey, Internet, how many ounces are in this? Manage IT with the power of automation.
Zappo's like, what's in it? Water?
Red Hat stocks up. We can drink the good stuff.
Yeah, I was like, you get all the swags.
When the stock is up, you can drink the good stuff.
You need to drink that every morning. Yes, holy crap. Stay hydrated or Dragon Con destroys you. Because A, you're in a hotel, and B...
Dragon Con will eat your soul if you don't hydrate. Yeah. That's a guaranteed fact. Guaranteed.
I'm so thirsty. Like, I thought about Dragon Con. I'm like, must thirst.
Look what I have readily available. Kelly Lynn Colby's super awesome book that's coming to a bookstore near you. Well, that's the 30th, right? That's the 30th. September 30th. You're coming up. You're coming up on a release date. Super excited about it. I was at the bookstore, by the way. I was at a bookstore on yesterday. You were
there on yesterday?
I was on there yesterday. And I wanted to read every book in the book. Like, I found, like, this book series I've never seen before, and you know how I am with covers. Like, it just, that's how I got introduced to Joe Abercrombie, which is these three books right here. And the other two books on the sides are also Abercrombie books. All because the cover to the blade itself looked wicked. It's like, I'm reading this, and it felt right. You know, when you feel them, you're just like...
Yeah, their covers had texture, like vellum.
Yeah, they feel good.
Yeah.
So I was looking at I was in the Pathfinder/D&D section, and I found like 5 different books, like biographical books on the game industry, and I wanted all of them, so I took a picture of them.
That's it. Oh, that's what I do. If I am not in a position where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to read, and I will lose these.
Yes.
Then I take a picture, but then I forget that they're on my phone.
Oh, so I've got. Let's see, which ones did I take a picture of? Death by Video Game, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. The Console Wars, which is actually going to be a movie. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are working on it. It's kind of like a Social Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that kind of vibe. Like, everybody screwed everybody, and now we have what we have. Those were the main ones.
I didn't watch it because it hurt my feelings.
The Social Network? It's good.
Good.
It was good. I read the book first. The book was great. The Accidental Billionaires. Yeah, Goodreads. Goodreads is legit. I'm on there. Hey, we should be friends. Hit me up. What am I on Goodreads, Smash? Am I just Steve H&H on Goodreads too?
What am I? I haven't used Goodreads in a while.
I go there every now and then and forget that I use it. So I don't remember what I'm doing.
That sounds about par.
View profile. What's my name? How do I tell people to friend me? I'm just my name. I am just me.
I need to know.
Can you go to, like... Can you guys get to this? Oh no, hold on.
Holy shit, I just like super white balanced the shit out of my face.
This is
my
all...
email address.
Is it by email?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll hit you up later. I'll DM you on some Twitters. Kelly Lynn Colby.
Like, it saved my password, but not my... Oh, I signed in.
See, I logged in with the FBs because I got the FBs. Game industry dudes involved in the book or involved in the movie? So the book is about the Sega Nintendo wars of the early 90s. Like when Sega came out and was like, we're going to snort crack and beat Nintendo.
Was that a thing?
They really did. They gave Nintendo a run for their money. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog, that was nothing to sneeze at, you know? Some of the Sega games were, like, what I loved about, I'm getting in the weeds, what I loved about the Super Nintendo and Sega era is that a lot of publishers would make a game for both, but the games would be completely different. Like, there was a Toy Story game, but the Toy Story game on Genesis was totally different than the Toy Story game on Super Nintendo. And same thing with Aladdin. Aladdin was completely a different game, like, on either console.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, now games are all the same, but back then they didn't know how to make games, so everybody just made... Companies would actually be developing one game and not realize there's a team on the other side of the building developing the same game for another console. And they'd be like, wait, you guys are making Superman? Yeah, well, we're making Superman. And then, like, be all kinds of weird stuff going on.
Superman was really bad.
Superman 64 is probably the worst game ever made.
Oh, it's just fly through the rings.
Oh, I could say it's probably the worst game. It is the worst game. I think E.T. on Atari was less annoying.
I feel...
And you literally couldn't beat that one.
Oh, that's like the landfill.
Look how full our tip jar is. Okay, we need to do a show.
Subject, you're awesome.
Subject, you are the best. All right, let's see if we can remember how to play this game. All right,
I
ready?
missed my mic and I missed my cat ears, so I use these cat ears.
Oh, you're fine. Desert Bus is great. They do charities with Desert Bus. You don't do charities with Superman 64. Gotcha there. Are you ready? Here we go. Coming up on the show, no touching. I didn't order this. A very special investigation. How'd that get in there? And putting the fun in GoFundMe. All this, a factoid, and more on tonight's episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Welcome to another episode of Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, a show that brings to you the very best in strange but true news. We put it all in a FedEx box, and we kick it down the sidewalk, just like we were trained in our training videos, all to get it to you in nearly perfect condition. TM. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined, as always, by the cat-eared, the wonderful, the on a different mic and camera because she's moving, Smashy.
I miss my setup.
You miss your setup?
I missed my setup. I had a mic and like a chair with the back, and I didn't have to sit in the stupid floor. I'm like currently propped up on a clear box.
I used to be a contender. Now
but
you're
then
not.
They fired me.
You know what? You don't sound as bad as I expected you to sound, and you don't look as bad either.
It's pretty dark in here.
It is pretty dark, but you're kind of a dark person. You kind of live a dark, Batman-like existence, right? So This is okay.
Yeah, you can see my closet of clothes.
Hey, and your Harley Quinn you got from DragonCon. Looky there.
Yay! Isn't she pretty?
She's awesome.
I love her.
You a fan of the traditional Harley or the Batman Arkham Asylum Harley, or the Suicide Squad Harley?
So.
I always love it when I ask you something and it begins with so.
I like the traditional Harley just because it's traditional Harley, right? Like that's what a lot of people think of. It's those colors. I don't mind the other variant costumes. I think my least favorite is the nurse dress because it was just kind of weird.
The nurse dress
with the puffy sleeves. I think that was on one of the video games.
Oh, I think you're talking about Arkham Asylum with the shoulder poofs.
Yeah, with it was like the 1980s bridal shoulder poofs. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. They were trying to make her like super sexy, voluptuous.
Yeah, and I'm like, Harley's
Harley, like,
Harley's not like a super like she's not super duper sexy, right? Like she's supposed to be cute and mischievous and kind of kooky. So, I mean,
yeah.
Poison Ivy's sexy, Catwoman's sexy, but Harley's cute and quirky, and to stick her in some of the outfits they have, and I'm just like, I
Yeah.
get it, but
Yeah, no, it's like I like the way Amanda Connor draws her. The Jimmy Palmiotti Amanda Connor run. Like there's occasional like I'm super sexy, and then there's most of the time I'm just a nut and I have all my friends. Harley and friends.
Harley, yeah. Like, let's go bonk some people over the head.
Yeah, I wonder if like Bruce Timm and the team behind Batman the Animated Series ever expected like we'll take this really fun Harlequin completely covered up looking character and make her really goofy and sort of damaged and like fun enough, and then thought, man, you guys are really taking her and she's like becoming some sort of sex object. That's great. That's not the way we drew her, but okay. You know, you'd almost feel some sort of ownership because she was the first Batman or first comic book character that was created from a cartoon.
Yes, because I didn't realize that until recently. Actually, the game,
Actually,
like literally legit. I didn't know that. See, when you don't know something, it's okay to admit it that you
right.
learned, because if you learn, you're growing. You don't have to know it.
You do have to know everything. I know everything. No, that's not true. You can't. You know what they always say. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Right, exactly. But I mean, everybody, you have to be right in society now. Like you have, even
Yeah.
if you're wrong, you have to argue until you're right. But
Did,
no, I think when Gotham Sirens came out, they kind of like sexified it a little bit. But like, it's a skin tight outfit, right? Like it's already got a little bit of sexy to it, but it's still like innately she's kooky and cute. Like you've got, what is that chick's name? Megan Fox. Like you don't
yeah.
look at Megan Fox and go, she's adorable. You look at Megan Fox and go, she's sexy, right?
Yeah. I
But
mean,
if
yes. I mean, yes, very stoically.
you did really super agree.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, she wasn't cast for her like acting chops in
No, she's casting a Michael
Megatron
Bay movie.
6000.
Yeah, it's like the first shot you see is her leaned over an engine, and it's like the sweat beating up. You're like, oh gosh.
Right, yeah, like these are my cleavages and these are my sweat drops into my cleavages. By the way, if you've ever worn a bra, you know that sweat drops in the cleavage sits on the fun little ring at the bottom, and it's awful, and then you just have like sweat ring.
And if you've ever gotten sweat in your mouth, you know that it's not as fun that way.
Wait, did you just
No,
did
have you
you
ever got sweat in your mouth?
what does that
You
have to
ever
do
like
with
licked
boobs?
an armpit before? I'm just saying, like if you got a hold of it.
I think Steven just accidentally insinuated boob
No,
licking.
no, I didn't. I'm just
Pretty sure
saying.
you did.
No. I'm just saying, like, as a general rule, it's not what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop eating my sesame cake!
I don't know.
Ding!
It's just not good. Hey, how about you do it? You stop talking and we do a factoid.
Maybe we should. Yeah, everybody's like, ah.
No, you made it all awkward. It didn't have to be, but you made it awkward. That was your fault. You did it. Hey, speaking of, before we break into this factoid, man, so Smash, we have some good news.
What?
We have some good news.
Okay.
Anchor has featured Two Dorks under their entertainment section on the front page of their app.
That's so excited. I want to pee my pants.
Oh, I know. I'm so pumped. Just tooting our own horn a little bit. Toot, toot. They thought we were cool enough, and they're like, hey, you guys want to pick a category and be featured? And we're like, yeah, duh. So we've never been featured on New and Noteworthy on iTunes. You might say, well, you've not been featured on New and Noteworthy because you're at episode 396. And I say to you, iTunes barely even had a podcast directory by the time we started, so we missed the boat.
No.
Like if you were around for more than a month before iTunes launched, it's like, oh, yeah, you're not new. You've been here before.
Jerky.
So anyway, if you're a big fan of audio entertainment, me and Ashley have been posting stuff on Anchor. iOS and Android app is available. You should get it. You should favorite the station. and listen to us every now and then, and also call in. That's probably the easiest way at this point to call in and get your voice heard by us and played on this show or on the Anchor deals that we do and all that stuff.
I really enjoy Anchor because like Steven like does all this research and gives you all these like games and movie news and it's like really fun stuff. And then you've got me sitting in Lowe's going,
so applications.
And then you hear like beeping in the background because I'm getting ran over by a forklift.
No, that was awesome. I actually thought that was really funny. I didn't know where you were, but I just heard this beep beep. You're like, oh no. But
yeah, I was hiding in Lowe's. I was in the insulation aisle.
It's awesome. So if you want to hear more of me and Smash, you will hear it there, and it's mainly like games and movies so far. And Motivation Mondays. So if you're having trouble, Motivation Mondays. And actually, I think you and I owe the world some NaNoWriMo stuff come November when we begin, which I hope you will do it this time with me.
Yes, I will be
NaNoWriMo.
Settled.
Because I have 2 story ideas, and one of them is I've never written sci-fi before, and I'm thinking about a sci-fi thing. And I'm
excited about that one. Steven has a fun...
I'm pretty excited. I've written a fantasy thing.
There's like at least one published author in the chat.
No, do you do so Kelly Lynn Colby's in our chat today of Tarbin's True Air, which comes out Saturday. Go buy it.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, so if you do NaNoWriMo, hit us in the chat. Say, hey, I do NaNoWriMo. We're starting Nano Prep in October. October is Nano Prep month, where you start outlining all your business and putting in your beats for your story and all that stuff.
See, I don't prep for shit because I'm going to be painting for like the next month. So November, like halfway through, Steven's going to be like, dude, have you written anything yet? And I'm going to be like, nope. And then I'm going to stay up all night and write things.
You're what they call a pantser. You fly by the seat of your pants. There's pantsers and preppers. I'm a prepper. I have to have like at least two-thirds of a story figured out before I sit down to write it. And I have to read that No Plot, No Problem like a week before, so I'm all like jazzed up.
I left that unpacked so I could give it back to you.
Yeah, no, I have 2 copies.
Okay.
Yeah, I have another one. It's in a drawer somewhere. But yeah, I have to read that beforehand. So it'll be great. Oh, you do NaNoWriMo. Awesome. Doing the last 50K of book 2 this year. Yeah.
So we would like for her, like once I get my setup back and we don't sound like I'm on my laptop.
Big old pooper scooper.
Yeah. So I am going to do like one teaser question because this is like ever since I heard Tammy Hogue talk about this, I've been really curious about how authors do it. So when you're writing, like, do you prep like Steven's talking about? Or do you sit down, like I've heard like people will say it's just like a movie playing out and like write it down like that? Or do you have to, like, you know, you're talking about outlining, like do you refer to your outlines and then just type up certain scenes, or does it just go from beginning to end?
We should ask her those questions when we have her on the show in the
near future. I'm really curious about that.
Because it's different for everybody. Like I have a tendency to flesh out a character and then let them take me on a journey. But it has to be really fleshed out, because if I don't have a really good character idea, then I will find myself writing myself just from 6 different perspectives. I'm generally a nice person, so I have like the only evil I know is the twisted, chaotic, evil, jacked up people who you just hate, like what's his name, Jason Isaacs from The Patriot. Like you just hate his guts. You know, he's more lawful evil, I guess, but you know, it should be a lot of fun. So that's coming. So look forward to that. And factoid of the week, let's do it.
Yay!
The leech has 32 brains because a brain segment is located in each segmentation of the body. Gross.
Wait, so
gross.
Like, do they communicate or are they separate?
That's a good question. I don't know. If you cut a leech in half, some brains go one direction? I mean, they're not like those deals where you like cut them in half and they grow back another one, right? They're just leeches. I don't have... So the thing about factoids, you have nothing to back up the factoid or expand on it. You just throw it out there and hope the world accepts it and then goes forth and uses it as pickup lines at the bar. Right?
They have 9 testes.
9 testicles? That's too many testicles. Could you imagine dragging those around with you? You're just like walking around and you got your 9 testicles like a dice bag. Everything's
So,
just rolling
like,
around.
So gross. Like, what? Like, I'm so curious about this whole 32 brains things.
Well, I mean, if they have 32 segments, they've got 32 brains.
Yeah, but like, do they communicate with each other, or is it if it gets cut in half, you still have some more brains?
Right, I don't
And then
know.
does the other half?
Are they
But I
like,
mean,
is it like, does the brain move the body when you cut it in half? Or is it like a snake where just the nerves just make the tail just whip around?
well, so the nervous system is really interesting.
Flailing
because
my arms.
very similar from head to butt.
Head to butt.
Like you could flip it upside down, and I'm not sure it would make a difference.
Leech brains. See, we're expanding on it more than we thought.
I know, but this is very interesting.
The surface of the leech's body can be divided into 102 segments, but 102, but the internal structure is divided by 32 segments. Each of these 32 segments has its own segment of brain. Every leech also has 2 reproductive organs and 9 pairs of testes. 9 pairs. They're
hermaphrodites.
They have 18 testes.
Yeah.
18.
Wait, how do you have 18 testes and still be a hermaphrodite? Like that is holy shit, they're incredibly like efficient, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe they're going to take over the world. Maybe that is if you're going to have some genes spliced in, those are the genes you want.
That's just so they have a hind brain too. Like a hind so wait, but why?
Like a butt
Like
brain?
normally that's only
Your
seen
brain?
like large.
They're like literally a butt head. They've got a brain in their butt.
I forget how uncomfortable it is to sit on the floor.
I'm really sorry. You remember you used to do it from your bed and you would like lay upside down and it was yeah, you've really
I
upgraded.
wiggled a lot.
Yeah, you wiggle a lot, but that's okay. We're fine.
Oh my gosh, Kelly's a biologist.
Oh, well, how about that? Gosh, all the academic people be good at writing.
I think, like the people that we meet,
We meet the coolest.
like we meet the like most talented, amazing people, and it's really inspiring and awesome on one hand. On the other hand, I'm like, what the hell have I been doing with my life? Like freaking biologist authors and like, people that can art and make music and like write films, and I'm just like, I can paint a wall poorly. Like, what the hell?
No, you can talk on the internet with the greatest of ease. Right?
I don't think it has anything to do with the internet. I think it just has to do with me. So, quick story. Your wife and my mother and me went bra shopping because I went bra shopping before the con, and I'm like, oh my god, these bras are so awesome, and they like measure you and some shit, and it's like life-changing experience. And also, when you go get measured for a bra, you just take your shirt off, and some lady comes in and she's like, these are your nipples, and this is like your nipple to nipple ratio, and this nipple is 1/4 of a degree higher than the other. Whatever, I'm like.
She identifies like all the parts. She's like, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a mammogram.
Yes.
These
like,
are your nipples.
This
Did you
has
know?
more heft than this does, but it will get equal heft.
They're a little imbalanced. One hangs further down.
You just tweaked the nipples.
That's
I
what
saw
they do.
that.
Isn't that what they do?
Tweak. Oh my god, if you're listening to the show, Steven just did a thumb tweak. This is the husband of my sister, by the way.
That's how
Anyway,
I
we went bra
imagine it
shopping.
works.
And so I like to talk, and I haven't done the show in a day or two, and if I don't get it out of my system on you guys, then other people suffer. So there were these 2 ladies, and one of them was helping Stephanie, and like I was trailing them around and laughing because I'm like, ha ha, you got big old boobs. Because they tell you a bra size. And so there was this blonde chick, and she was really, really super nice, and she was like, do you want anything? And I'm like, no, just here for my sister. And so the conversation continued, and every few minutes she would show me something. I'm like, I really don't want to buy anything. And so at one point she showed me these pajamas, and the pajamas are like so soft. And she's like, these are our softest pajamas, and I got them for my mother-in-law, and she just loved them. She's like, do you want to try them? And I'm like, I sleep naked.
Oh god.
Because I don't know how to talk to people like I don't know them. So I just inappropriately tell them things. And she just kind of blinked twice, because I do. Like, I strangle myself to death if I sleep in clothes. So I'm a nudist in bed. And yeah, she just kind of went bloop, bloop. And she's like, oh. okay. And then like quickly went to the desk and started folding underwear. And I'm like, I think you went too far on that one.
She just went, I can't sell you anything. What am I doing over here? She gave you the same look the Apple people give me when I go, I'm just looking.
I know, like, what are you, like, get your nudist ass out of my bra.
Get out of my store. Who are you? I tried to sleep naked one time, and I just remember being like, there's a fire. I'm really not going to be able to get out of here. Like, plus, I felt really uncomfortable. Like, it sounds silly that you would be uncomfortable. But I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I was like, maybe not. I'll just pass.
I do have a question. Like, how do you guys sleep? Like, do you guys sleep? Like so
me and Stephanie sleep?
Huh?
How do
well,
me
no,
and
it's like the guys in the
just
chat or the
people.
guys listening. Like, let us know how you sleep. Like, do you wear a shirt and no pants? Do you wear pants and no shirt? Do you wear like full? Like for girls, like we have options. You can go like super sexy, which nobody does unless they're gonna get laid. You can do like a sleep shirt. You can do shorties and a tank. You know, there's so many options, and I'm just like,
none of the
like,
above. I just sleep in a shirt, no pants.
Shirt, no pants. So you do
Yeah.
like shirt boxers.
Yeah. Mostly because Stephanie's like, if you don't wear a shirt, I stick to you when I want to snuggle. I was like, yeah, that's kind of gross. We'll do the shirt then. That's fine. And that seems to work out okay. I'm pretty comfortable like that. Yeah.
I put Charmander between me and Jacob because Jacob is a furnace and he like kicks off heat, and I'm like, so I take my stuffed animal I've had since I was 12 and I shove him between us, and I'm like, this is magical. I get to sleep with a stuffed animal. I'm in my 30s. Yeah.
And it's Charmander. Isn't he a fire-based Pokemon, which is even funnier?
I made the same joke. I'm like, haha, it's so funny because he's fire.
It's so funny because you're hot, but Charmander's not. But Charmander's actually made of the element of fire, so it's really funny. And then everybody just stares at you and goes, bloop, 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 bloop.
So Jacob was sitting out with your son in the hallway like maybe a week ago, and they was playing with Charmander, and I heard Jacob say something to Sam, and he went, something Charlemander. Don't forget Charlemander. Something.
Charlemander.
Like, did he just call Charmander? And I looked at him like, what is that? He's like, Charlemander? Isn't that what this is? I'm like, your childhood sucked.
His childhood was like 6 years before yours. Or 4. How old is Jacob? Like,
old.
He's old.
He's old.
He's
yeah.
not that old.
He's super old.
But it's
he's
definitely
like 900
different.
years old.
Like, Pokemon was a thing when I was in 6th grade. Like, that was when it came to the U.S. and it was causing seizures. You remember that? It was 11.
Oh, my God. Like, I think about some of the news. Why is my phone yelling at me? I don't know what the hell has been happening, but, like, for the last 3 months in a row, my phone has been screaming at me and telling me that I'm using too much data. And every time I'm on Wi-Fi.
I don't get that. Like, we just went over our limit, too, which I think was because of Dragon Con and, like, one other thing. Because I went to San Francisco, too, so, like,
yeah,
we went over our data, so I had to get the boost. The $15 1 gig boost, because we only have, like, 6 days left.
Well, we still have, like, 11 days. Like, I got this warning a couple days ago, and I'm like, because we have Wi-Fi at the house, and we have Wi-Fi here. And I'm like, okay, it takes 12 minutes. So 12 minutes of listening to music does not equal 18 gigs of data, right?
I would hope not. I don't know. I don't know how much.
Pokemon came out the year. We're like, that should be the new age question. Like, what year did Pokemon come out relative to your schooling?
Where were you when Pokemon dropped?
Oh, it was awesome.
I still feel old when I say I played Pokemon Red and Blue, because now it's like Pokemon Sun, Moon, and Stars, Pokemon Rainbows and Balloons, Pokemon what? It's like, how many other colors can they have? And I'm like, I remember when it was just Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, and there was only 8
one
Pokemon different.
And it was Pokemon Snap. And if you could get the freaking Zubat, you were legit.
Pokemon Snap World News. An AI sex doll has been left, quote, heavily soiled and in need of repairs after being repeatedly molested while on display at a tech fair.
Ew, what?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Even the robots aren't safe. Keep your hands to yourself. The 3,000-pound, as in currency, Samantha sex robot.
I'm like, damn. That's,
So
what? She's definitely not on top.
There's something for everybody. Samantha the sex robot suffered 2 broken fingers and was left in a filthy state by a barrage of male attention at the Arts Electronica Festival in Linz, Austria. According to the Metro, the doll's developer Sergei Santos from Barcelona, Spain, complained the people mounted Samantha's breasts, her legs, and arms. 2 fingers were broken, and she was heavily soiled.
Wait, she mounted
her breasts, like got up there and were like, and just tweaked the nipples, like you were saying earlier.
Let me measure you for my bra.
Yeah, they were measuring her for bras. The intelligent doll can reply when spoken to and reacts to being touched in places like her breasts and hips. For instance, by moaning. I don't know why. She's probably like, ugh, people are touching me.
Like she made her super British. For queen and country, I do my duty.
For God and country, I shall produce no children, but I shall entertain you with my robot antics.
Bring me tea.
That'd be awesome if she's just really domineering. Like, before you touch me, I would like a glass of tea. Like a cup of tea and some crumpets. However, it seems that Samantha was not built for the kind of physical attention that she encountered at this global tech fair, which this year focused on artificial intelligence. Santos said people can be bad because they did not understand the technology and did not have to pay for it. They treated the doll like barbarians. Conan, what is best in life? To destroy your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the sex dolls. The incident is likely to further fuel debate over the growing popularity of AI sex dolls. A number of studies have reported a significant number of people saying they would be in favor of using sex robots, with a recent online survey of heterosexual men finding that 40% of those surveyed said they would buy an AI sex robot within the next 5 years. What? Where was this poll conducted? Pornhub?
Right. So I can't say that I haven't thought about going, especially at certain times in certain relationships, thinking it'd be so cool if I just had a sex robot. Like I could live alone and like
I got a documentary for you.
Well, no, I want the real doll thing.
Yeah, with the cat guy, or his name was like Steve Cat or Dave Cat.
So I would want some, like, I'm thinking like super futuristic, like talks to you, brushes your hair, like Netflix and chills with you. But then when you're just like, I want the whole effing bed all to myself, go to the closet and power down.
Oh,
like that kind of super futuristic. I think that would be amazing. And I don't know that I would say no to that. Like to have a companion, it'd be like, I mean, we would all, like, we're all this self-absorbed, selfish culture right now. And I'm just like, that would be so cool because it'd be the best parts of relationship. Like, you could eat spaghetti with somebody and, like, have them sing to you and then put them in the freaking closet when you were done with them.
Which, that's the perfect relationship, really, when you think about it. Like, I'm done with you now. Go to the closet. Sounds great. You really just want Jude Law from AI. He was a sex robot, and she was all like, I've never done this before. And he's like, I have magic stuff. And it's like, you had to imagine what his wing was actually doing. It's like I don't know, spinning around in a circle. Like, what is it? What does it do?
Really fun. I'm going to start saying that to her. I'll be go to the closet and power down, then you can come back to bed.
Go to the closet and power down. Things are getting too crazy in here.
I'm gonna tell Stephanie to tell you that. Like, you're just gonna be like, la la la. She's like, go to the closet and power down. And I'm gonna laugh and be like, lol.
Oh, that's awesome. There is a lot of robot ethics, though. Like, I don't know that I could treat if the robot was real looking enough. I mean, I got hurt when the guy was pushing the box away from that like horse robot and poking him with a hockey stick. I was like, you're being so mean. Like, if it was, like, a person-looking robot, I'd be like, yeah. I'm going to empathize with you, because I'm an empathetic person to a fault. Me and Stephanie both are. We just absorb other people's feels, and we're like, negativity. Oh, you seem sad. I'll be sad, too, for you. No, I didn't watch Westworld. I wanted to, but we don't have HBO, so I didn't get to.
You can do it. You can do a free month trial. Just cancel it as soon as you do it, so you don't forget.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's how I watched it because I'm like, I'm not paying $80 a month for this
Well, I
crap.
was gonna see if I was gonna have my parents over and they just have HBO on their account, but then they didn't have HBO. They had all the other stuff, but not HBO. It's like if you just come over and want to watch some HBO on your Dish Network, then we can just put your password right in there and watch HBO. Right? HBO lawyers? That's totally cool.
Don't watch Westworld with your parents.
Oh no, I don't want to watch anything. I just want their password for their HBO that they don't have. So they don't have HBO, so I can't get it. But if they did, I'd be like, I kind of want to watch. I really want to watch Silicon Valley because I watched it on the airplane on the way back from San Francisco, and it was the greatest show ever. It's the only thing on HBO I care about.
I don't know what that is, but Sappho, the feeling when you can't bear asking your sex robot for sex.
Yeah, you're just like, I can't
Steven.
use you. Yeah,
And-
I'm like,
and-
oh, I can't use you that way. Here's some wine and cheese.
Oh, I don't think I'd have an issue.
No, I don't imagine you would. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Like, I would like I'll sleep with my stuffed animals because they have feelings, but my sex robot would stay in the closet.
It would come out when you demanded it. Sex robot, bed. You just wouldn't even give it clothes.
Tea and cuddles.
It would look like Dobby the house elf. You just like, here's a basket.
I hated Dobby. I hate him so much, and there's just like this huge culture of Dobby being the greatest thing on the planet. I'm like, I have never wanted to kill something so completely in my entire. I would have ripped his ears off and beat them with him.
Why are you so hating on Dobby? He was
He was
fine.
awful. He was horrible. He got Harry in all kinds of trouble, and he was a pile of shit. Like, this is the one thing that drives me nuts about movies/books is when there's not like. I mean, I get you need to build up stuff. If it's not a natural reaction, like you are in great freaking danger, I'm going to walk up to you and say, there is a plot against you. You are going to die. I'm not going to like hide your shit so you don't go somewhere.
That's actually a really good point. He just says, Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. And it's like, but why? I don't know. I'm going to hide your socks.
Right? Like,
that's a good point.
I feel like they do that in TV a lot. It's just like, oh my God.
TV
so
logic.
I'm gonna rant on the Flash for a little bit.
Hold on. I got a button for that. Where the crap is my button? I got it right here.
I'm as mad as hell.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yes. Okay. So the Flash. They even say the SH in Flash weird, and I feel like that bothers me because so much about the actors were amazing. We got to see some of them in DragonCon. That was really exciting. But so they do this thing, right? It's the secret keeping group, and I feel like TV does this so much, and it's okay. So
like the He-Man woman haters or something. What is secret keeping group?
The secret keeping group.
Oh,
Steven's
welcome to the secret keepers.
Brother's ex-fiance's best friend's business partner is creating like this master plan to rob Steven of all of his riches, steal his wife, and absorb his firstborn son into the new Millennium Star Falcon ship fighter plane.
I just changed my NaNoWriMo idea. Thank you for that.
So, Kelly, that's actually a really good point, but it still pisses me off. So, instead, like, I find this out, right? I know this bit of information, and instead of me walking up to Steven and going, dude, shit's about to get real, let's work on something to avoid this potential travesty/tragedy. No! I'm gonna sit on it and go, man, that's really gonna bother Steven that someone that far connected to him is gonna try to do this bad thing. So I'm just gonna keep it in mind. I can figure it out by myself, and it's not really like up to me to tell him. Like, I'm sure he'll find out but I'm gonna stop it so it doesn't happen. And so Steven doesn't need to know. Steven's gonna find out like 16 episodes from now, and Steven's gonna be pissed off at me.
That's called drama. And that's what the CW does. That's their job, is to make sure that people do completely illogical, nonsensical things to further the drama. And then 12-year-olds watch the show and take that as that's how real life in adult world works, and they become a bunch of millennial D-bags, and no one likes them.
Millennial D.
That's how it works.
See, the thing is, after drama is over, Steven and I look at each other and go, let's never keep secrets from each other again because that's not what friends do. But then the next day, Steven knows Jacob's cheating on me, and Steven doesn't tell me because it would hurt me, and he's going to keep it a secret. Damn.
And then the moment comes when you find out, and he goes, "You knew?" And then we lose like 70 friends, and everybody just hates each other.
Yeah, so you don't talk to me for an entire season, and everybody's sitting there going, but, like, I'm rooting for the bad guy. I want them to kill you all at this point.
Yeah, I hope Reverse Flash just eats your face.
Yeah, I hope you all die and have a good day.
Good job. Oh, Supernatural is the one show people say is good. I haven't watched that. Yeah, I have a friend who loves Supernatural. He's like, he actually watches the show and then goes back to the beginning and watches it again. He's like, I forget everything. I have a great time with this show. It's the best show ever. I
mean, it's like a decade. I actually, so I have it. I haven't had time. So I'm like, okay, we'll watch The Flash. But I started watching Supernatural, but I think at the same time I was watching like Buffy and Angel and the Witches. The Holloway sisters.
I don't know what this is. I'm doing the same hand gesture, but I can't. The Witches?
Prue and Piper and Phoebe and
Charmed.
Charmed, yes.
Thank you, Zepho.
Yeah, so in order for me to ever get any schoolwork done, like the small amount that I actually did, I had to cut out a show, and it just happened to be Supernatural because I missed a few episodes. Yeah.
You know why Supernatural exists, right?
Because Dean is hot.
No, because Jensen Ackles had to leave Smallville and Jared Padalecki had to leave Gilmore Girls. And they needed to keep them in the network, so they made a new show. And they said, here you go, guys. You're both attractive young men. Here's a show for you. That's not really why it exists, but that's what I choose
Gilmore
to believe.
Girls, just like it gets me right here. And then I think about that last
I love Gilmore Girls.
season, and then I get real sad.
I'm a big fan of that show. Like it a lot. Watch it with Stephanie. It's great. Small Town News. Your turn.
Oh, subject plays WoW while he listens to you. Subject, I love you. I still can't believe somebody molested a sex robot to the point where it had foulness on it.
I know, it's kind of gross. Like,
let's gonna
at
stick
an AI expo. It's not like it's at Adult Film Awards or something.
Well, like Zepho said, tech nerds alone with a naked doll that is,
She's not naked. Like, you can click here. Let me give you the link just so you guys can have it while we read this next story. But it's right, like it's there.
Well, like if they're like, oh my God, okay, there's a finger in her mouth and someone's grabbing her nip.
Well, that's an advertisement. If you go down, it's the actual sex doll Samantha. Is actually
still someone's grabbing her boob.
Well, yeah, they're definitely gropey. That's the point of the story. Were you here? Did you recognize? Were you listening?
Like, didn't I do this thing where 5 minutes after the show, someone's like, "Oh, what are your what news did you cover?" And we're both like,
I don't remember.
We talked to people.
We talked a lot. I don't remember what the story was.
I read that first sentence as an anal sex doll. Anyway, I did not order this. A convenience store chain is challenging a man's claim that he found maggots in a sandwich he ordered from a store in New Jersey. I can't even.
It's gross.
I saw that. I'm like, what even is that? Chris Garcia said he bought a buffalo chicken.
Full disclosure, Ashley's laughing maniacally because the next line in the story on the notes was related searches because it was a bad copy paste job. And I deleted it before she got to it, and she's losing her mind over it now.
I'm like, no, it never existed. If that would have been Steven, he would have just kept reading it and been really confused when it disappeared.
Related searches? What?
Steven Garcia said he bought a buffalo chicken cheesesteak hoagie. Okay. Let's be real for a minute.
Yeah, it's so good.
Buffalo chicken cheesesteak hoagie. They're all completely different things that you've made into one thing, and you can't do that. That's why it had maggots in it.
It's a buffalo chicken hoagie. You don't put cheesesteak if it's made of chicken. steak being the key word there. You can put cheese on it, but then it's a
Right.
buffalo chicken cheese hoagie or a cheese chicken.
Right. You can't cheesesteak a chicken.
Buffalo chicken hoagie with cheese. You can't cheesesteak a chicken. If you learn nothing from this show, I want you to learn that you can't cheesesteak a chicken.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
I'm tweeting that.
Please do.
Can't cheesesteak a chicken.
Oh my god. Anyway, he ordered this cheese steakless chicken hoagie from a Wawa store. I forgot that Wawa is a thing. That's so funny. He says after taking a few bites, he found 2 maggots moving around the sandwich. Garcia's mother recorded the video of maggots crawling on the sandwich. Like, where would you get? Like, okay, so either somebody was like, "Hey, mom, look, there's maggots in the back." Because the kid died and we didn't dispose of the body. Grab a bottle of it. We're gonna go to the Wawa.
We're gonna go to the Wawa store.
And let's plant some maggots. We can get a free cheesesteak hoagie chicken.
This is New Jersey. They probably have plentiful maggots, right?
The garden state my butthole. A Wawa spokeswoman says its investigation shows the claim is highly unlikely.
I unlikey the chicken cheesesteak.
It's highly unlikely that you can cheesesteak a chicken, and probably impossible. She says the 750 store chains inspects its stores daily and holds itself to the highest standard of quality in the food it serves.
Let's be serious about that statement. The 750 store chain inspects its stores daily. What they mean is a high schooler opens the store, wanders the aisles, checks boxes on a clipboard, goes, that's pretty gross. Check. Whatever. And goes and stands at the counter waiting for somebody to come up with their gross buffalo chicken cheesesteak hoagie they're ready to buy.
It's not a thing.
It's Jersey. They do everything wrong. You're not even allowed to pump your own gas.
Wait, what?
You can't pump your own gas in Jersey. You have to yell at the attendant and get him to come out.
Bullshit.
No, it's true. Oregon and Jersey, I think, are the 2 states where you can't do that.
Why?
Liability insurance apparently is a deal. Like, there's a big problem there. So they can't have people using... It's like everything causes cancer in California.
Yeah.
Normal people can't be trusted with gasoline in Jersey.
I would love for someone to pump my gas. Like, hey, gas bitch.
They used to be full service until they decided that people were capable of removing a gas thing from the pump and putting it into their car.
Stepping out of their... Well, so, like, every time I see something that says full service, I giggle. Because I'm like, how much is this going to cost me?
Yeah, right? Like, I got to tip you now? Like, I'll just do it myself. That's fine.
Garcia says he got a refund after returning the sandwich.
Well, good.
I would like to see this video.
Wawa also has stores in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and Florida. None here, or I would go experience a Wawa myself.
We've been to Wawa before, like at the gas station.
We've been to a Wawa?
In Florida?
And really? No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everybody's like Wawa.
We've never been to a Wawa.
No, it was Virginia Beach.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Everybody was obsessed with Wawas in Virginia Beach.
Is that like a Sheetz?
Yeah, it's just like anything.
Or like
else.
a QT? I love QT. QT's legit.
What does it stand for? Quality
Quick Trip or Quality Tips.
Quickie turpentine.
QT is the Sheetz-ish store in South Carolina. I love QT. Go in
I'm
there.
like so hungry now. I want a pepperoni roll.
Oh, stop it. I want to eat so bad.
Pepperoni roll. Why did your boot want a happy ending? You left the Y off that.
What? I don't. Your booty? Your booty wants a happy ending. Special section. We got to do some investigation, you guys.
Okay.
All right, that's all I got for you as far as sound effects to move us into the special section.
Okay.
I have discovered, Smash, not to get political, but we're about to reveal some truth.
Blow the lid off of it.
We're about to blow the lid off of something. So ever since the dawn of time, people have said Trump is Hitler. Trump is Hitler. Hitler is Trump. They are the same people, though we never had any proof. We never had any concrete evidence linking Trump to Hitler until he decided to speak out about the NFL. And they're deciding to take a knee when the flag is presented and the anthem is saying, These SOBs sit down and don't get up, is what he said. This is his words, not mine. I'm not ready to have that conversation here. But he made a fatal error. A fatal error, one that could end his presidency if we reveal it right now.
What,
on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.
You're not going to do that, Steven. You...
Oh, I'll tell it. I'll tell it because I believe that justice must be done. Hitler and Trump are the same person, and I have exclusive recordings. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready for
Thank
this.
you,
Let's hear
sub,
this.
for all the bits.
Look at it's overflowing. That's
It's
so happy.
overflowing. So I have an audio clip from Trump's speech this past weekend. It's a small clip because he let some German come out.
Uh-oh.
He let out the German. We didn't even notice. We weren't sure. But it sounds a little like this.
Fired!
Did you hear that? Gussfahren or something.
Fired!
That's German. It's German
Okay.
for Nazis are awesome.
Fired!
Right? Okay, so you heard that. Now I'm going to play you an exclusive clip from Hitler saying stuff in German. Ready?
Okay.
That's Hitler yelling in German. Don't they sound the same? You ready?
Fired!
We have cracked. Now, I'll do you one better. I'll play them over top of each other, and you will be, it's indistinguishable. Ready?
Fired!
Did you hear that?
That's so creepy.
They're the same.
Fired!
The Illuminati is real.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hitler and Trump are the same person. They are, Trump is reincarnated version with different hair. But it's all
I don't
there.
know, they have really similar hair, actually. Just one was darker.
You wanted to know, and now you know the truth. Thank you. Go ahead, send it to your local NBC News affiliate. Let them know that it's been found. The case has been cracked here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades.
I have a little follow-up to Stephen's story.
Follow it
So,
up.
Stephanie and I got back to the house after we had been gone for hours eating and shopping and, being 4-year-olds. And Steven's sitting in the dark on the couch with his computer in his lap. And he looks up at us and he's like, I found something. And we're like, oh, okay, what did you find? And we were all excited. And he's like, listen to this. This is Trump. And he just screams. And he's like,
Fired!
yes. And then he's like, now listen to this. Fired! He's like, they're the same person. The second person was Hitler. And so Stephanie sits down next to him on the couch and she looks over and she's like, honey, that's 1 minute and 11 seconds into that second video. And so Steven looks at her and he goes, 111, it's the Illuminati.
It's 1/6 of the number of the beast.
And so like she looks at her, she's like, what were you doing while we were gone, honey? Like,
Cracking the code.
like, so I still have no idea how this came about because I had to get back here to do the show, but it was really confusing and we still don't understand what happened to Steven.
What are you talking about? I found it. I did, W.C. Mitchell, I don't know if I believe your point. You didn't say enhance once. I didn't have to enhance it. It's right there.
Fired!
I mean, it's the same thing. It's identical.
Enhance your calm, John Spartan.
News better left untold. How'd that get in there? A toy traffic cone has been found in the lung of a man 40 years after he inhaled it. What?
There are toy traffic cones?
I didn't even know if you could do that. It was originally thought that the unnamed 47-year-old man from Preston, that's the UK, might have cancer. He was referred to a respiratory clinic after complaining of coughing up yellow mucus and feeling unwell for over a year. I tell you what, if I feel unwell for a little while and I'm coughing up yellow mucus, I'm going to be there in a week, not a year.
Like, I'll give it a month top so that I'm like, I might go to the doctor.
Medics initially thought the patient, who had recently suffered pneumonia and had been a long-term smoker, had a tumor after an x-ray showed a mass in his lung. However, during a bronchoscopy, which sounds awful, like
That sounds like a dino sour.
yeah. Oh, we have the fossil of the bronchoscopy here. He was carried out bronchoscopy, which was carried out to help aid the diagnosis. They realized it was a long-lost Playmobil traffic cone the patient had received on his 7th birthday.
Oh, wow.
The miniature plastic cone, about 1 centimeter in length, was removed with biopsy forceps. While it is a common occurrence for children to accidentally inhale small objects, a case in which the onset of symptoms occurring so long after initial aspirations is unheard of. So he's like pretty much totally fine for most of his life. Then all of a sudden he's like, I'm not okay anymore. The traffic cone is angry.
Like, how do you get a traffic cone out of your lungs?
With forceps, apparently. That's how it works.
Open wide, bitches.
The doctor said that to their knowledge, it was the first reported case of a tracheobronchial foreign body that was overlooked for 40 years. The report said this may be because aspiration occurred at such a young age that the patient's airway was able to remodel and adapt to the presence of this foreign body. They added that during childhood, the object may have been absorbed into the lining of the lung, which developed around it. That's interesting. Saphos is the air. We both caught that at the same time. The air knew to be very cautious when entering his lungs.
Slow down, there's breathing happening.
They found the traffic cone, and they found a Time Warner van parked right next to it.
It was 30 years late, but they got there.
We'll be there sometime between now and 40 years from now. 4 months after the removal of the tiny traffic cone, the patient's cough had nearly cleared and his other symptoms had markedly improved. The medic said on a positive note, his symptoms improved markedly and he finally found his long-lost Playmobil traffic cone in the very last place he would look.
Oh my god, like, I've heard so much about kids, like, inhaling and snorting stuff and getting them just stuck in their nose for weeks and months, and I'm just like...
Oh, yeah.
Should we put a gas mask on Sam? Like, should there be some sort of, like, large grain filter?
Like, should you tell your parents, like, hey, I was playing with a toy, and it's not here anymore? I'm pretty sure I just inhaled it. Like, I mean, what kid just goes, and then just like, oh, I can still breathe. We're good. That'll probably come out one day.
Because, like, a 7-year-old's not, like, it's 7. You're
going to remember.
Some cognizance by then.
Yeah, you're going to go, holy crap, I just inhaled a traffic cone.
Yeah.
I need to go tell somebody.
But then I'd have to stop playing.
Well, it's like the 3-year-old that put the safety pin up her nose, and it was there for, like, 2 months or something before the doctors finally found it. She was having all those problems. Never told anybody she'd put it up there. But whatever. It was up there. That's true. Zepho's got a point. What parent would believe the kid actually inhaled a traffic cone?
Yeah, like, well, you'll just poop it out.
You'll poop it out. I inhaled it. I guess you'll just poop it out. Oh, maybe he did tell his parents he, like, ate it. Maybe he didn't realize, like, he'd sucked it down his windpipe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Kelly, that's like, what is it? There's a guy that goes to the church that we went to, and, like, his son or daughter, the button up the nose.
Button up. Oh yeah, Ty had a button up his nose, and they blew it out in the pool.
Yeah, like it weaks things. Like,
yeah,
I'm just like,
just up there forever.
It's so very Total Recall, and that's all I can see is just the thing up the nose, like lighting. Steven, it's still bothering me that didn't happen. It still bothers me.
Oh. You're going to have to save it for Arnold Through the Ages. You're going to have to get all mad.
So angry.
We figured it out when she complained that everything smelled bad, is what Sappho said. So everything smelled bad because she had sponge up her nose, probably rotting and stinking and sinus drainage. And you can, when you're sick, you can smell the sick in your nose, like the infection.
I can't smell jack crap because I have dead body in my nose.
But if you're like... So Sam has had a cold and been sick and had a sinus problem. And when the first day he had it, I was sitting next to him. I was like, I can smell the infection in your nose. Like, I can smell.
Ew.
Like, it's not that you stink. It's just that I can smell how sick you are. I have a bloodhound nose.
Yeah, I don't. I can't smell anything.
I could follow somebody around.
I'd have surgery and they, like, ripped. Well, my nose was, like, part of it was just inside gone. It was missing. And so they took a dead body and shoved it into my nostrils. And I haven't been, like, that was 2008. And I haven't been able to smell, like, I smell garlic and lemon.
That's what you smell? This is actually, I actually have a picture of what Ashley looked like before surgery.
Is it before surgery? This like massive chunk of nose wasn't missing.
This is where Ashley was before her nose surgery, and then after, you've obviously got her down there on the right hand side of the screen.
You are such a shithead. I actually thought, I'm like, how do you have a picture? You're such an asshole.
Pretty. I mean, the difference in nose shape is definitely something that you can see. That's probably the most obvious change.
You're such a douche nozzle.
For the audio listeners, that was a picture of Michael Jackson.
Oh, jerk.
Pretty
Hugh
close.
Hefner, dude.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hugh Hefner, you did
I
a
don't know
lot.
how I feel about that.
I mean, people dying sucks. I mean,
Well, I don't. So somebody made a comment about him being a human trafficker, and then somebody else made a comment about him being like a really kind-hearted person, and then I've heard some of the actual bunnies speak out about him like drugging them to have, and I'm just like,
who knows? You live that fantastical life with that many stories. Nobody knows the truth except for him and like his confidants.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, the dude liked to have a good time. That's for sure. He's a businessman.
We're jealous of his like pool and grotto-y thing.
Yeah, I really didn't want like the whole everything else, but if I could just have that awesome pool.
Yeah.
That would.
And the slippy slide, that I would be okay
slippy
with that.
slide. He had rooms in his house that were all just pillows. Like
just... If I could design my own house, it would be trampoline, pillows, and pool.
That would be it. That's just all you want.
Oh,
like,
it'd be so fantastic. I'd be like, I'm gonna lay on a trampoline and watch TV. Boy, I would drive everybody insane because I'd get all fidgety and be like, I'm gonna do backflips. Yay! You spilled the popcorn.
I'm never coming to your house. It's awful. WTF section. WTF.
Go fund me some satellites. What the actual rapper B.O.B.
Yeah, Bob.
Rapper
Bob.
Who made waves last year for tweeting that the Earth is flat, now wants your help to prove his theory. Damn it! Ryan, if you're listening to this, the Earth is not flat.
Oh, jeez.
Last week, he started a GoFundMe campaign, Show Bob the Curve, aiming to find evidence that the planet is actually round. Go get in a plane and look out of the front of it. Ta-da! Horizon, it curves.
Or just like math, physics.
If he needs physical like sight evidence, go fly. Like just get in a plane, go up high and fly. No.
I would start a GoFundMe to build a giant rocket to put all these people on and just they can go look.
Like we're gonna send you to space. That's hologram. That's Photoshop.
Space Photoshop. They taped a picture of a fake Earth on the outside of this window. And that's how they did it. We can't know because our eyes refract the light in such a way that we can't tell.
Oh my god, I have about peed my pants.
It's literal smoke and mirrors.
This was rigged from... Oh my god. Help support B.O.B. Purchase and launch multiple satellites into space, reads the fundraising page's description. He will be keeping you updated with step-by-step documentation of the process. Help B.O.B. find the curve.
It's just so upsetting that this is even a thing. It's just so frustrating.
Let me troll some people. Since the campaign launched on September 21st, 27 donors have given a total of $596 to the rapper by the time of writing. He's aiming to raise $200,000 for the project. I said a number.
So now, okay, yeah. No, he wants $1 million, actually. I just went to the GoFundMe. He's got $3,623.
Okay, so wow.
His this is awful. His latest donation was from Mikey Fry for $10. Carson Merkwan really wants him to get somewhere. He just gave him $150.
It's somebody from Mercury.
Carson Mercures. I'm looking for the biggest donation I can find. So far, the $150 is the highest.
Well, yeah.
He's got a lot of people, but most of it's like 5s and 10s. He's gonna need to work really hard to get the remaining ones.
How much like does he want by when?
He wants 1 million. I think these are supposed to run 30 days. Oh, Anonymous donated 1,000.
Like, oh, it was just
Some
his
anonymous
probably
guy,
him.
yeah.
I
Jonathan
was like-
Maravilla, 250. I don't know. I don't know.
No. In 2016, the rapper, whose real name is Bobby Ray Simmons, dropped a diss track on astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson after Tyson tried to convince him that the Earth is, in fact, round. I mean, have you not seen the E-Bombs world? This is the Earth.
This is the other round.
Round. Like, go get educated. Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest. They probably, oh God, white girl rapping. They'll probably write that man one hell of a check. Read one line from B.O. Beebs. B.O. Beebs.
B.O. Beebs. That's what I like to call him when we go hang out together. What's up, B.O. Beebs?
It doesn't even rhyme. First part, Tyson clapped back with a scientific explanation. Ooh. And dropped his mic on national television to demonstrate gravity.
This is the problem, though. Like, it doesn't matter how much science you have. Like, you could explain it all day. You could explain how gravity works, but to them, it's, well, you don't understand how gravity actually works because you're working with the wrong model. You're working with the round Earth model. You need to explain gravity with the flat Earth model. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't compute to them. They don't see it as apples, like gravity is gravity. They see it as, no, you're starting from a bad place. So obviously your math is going to work to your, it's like, if we evolved from monkeys, why are there monkeys? You're starting from a stupid place. So, like, as a Christian, I'm offended by these kinds of things because I'm like, oh, you're so stupid. You're ruining it for all of us. We're all just trying to.
Science can't coexist.
We're all trying not to be stupid, and you're just like, hi, I'm waving the flag. Stupid.
I'm a Bible thumping believer in that Jesus created all these bunnies for me to eat, and he did it in 30 microns because that's what
dinosaurs are there to test your faith. They were all put
the
there.
Bible referred to when it said behemoth, but we lived with the dinosaurs and they ate fruit. Who
I rode them like a cowboy.
Oh my God, that would be so fascinatingly
cool.
Awesome.
Like, that's another cool universe to build if you want one.
Stephen J. Fry rode a Tyrannosaurus Rex and then got his hands eaten. I've got a hair in my eyelash. Okay. The view that planet Earth is a flat disk as opposed to a globular shaped spheroid has been amplified in recent years by celebrity endorsements. Apart from B.O. Beebs, high-profile flat earthers include
Tila Tequila is not a standard.
I am going to vomit. High-profile flat earthers. Let's evaluate.
So how far down the D list do you have to go to find your high-profile celebrity flat earthers?
Is it Tila Tequila or Tila Tequila?
I thought it was Tila Tequila.
Taquitos!
I said it right the first time, then you made me think about it. It's like breathe normally. You can't.
Think about the color red and the number 42. NFL players Sammy Watkins and NBA star Kyrie Irving. However, it turns out Irving could just be trolling everyone with his professed belief in flat Earth. I feel like that's 90% of flat earthers. Ryan!
I think a lot of them are trolls. They just like to argue for the sake of argument. Like, oh, the Earth is flat because I don't like to believe what people tell me.
Or I just like to see people lose their absolute shit.
Yeah. I just like people.
NFL players get hit in the head a lot. Yeah.
They do. Did you know 100% of NFL players have like major brain damage at the end of their careers?
I mean, they literally get paid to be hit about the head violently.
Yeah. We don't need the sport to be more violent. Not getting political, but there's someone out there that said we need to ramp up the violence because they're really ruining the game. Not going to say who it is. His name starts with a T and ends with a P and has a rump in the middle. It's almost right. Yeah, the rump in the middle. But
Tyrannosaurus rump.
We really want to look out for the football players. I'm actually a fan of the idea of going back to the old Leatherhead style because you'd be way more careful with your brain.
Yes. It's like, I guess the thing that bothers me is, and this is going to sound just, you've got a bunch of rich white guys that own a team of not fantastically educated black dudes, and they're like, we will throw money at you for our entertainment. Go beat the shit out of yourselves.
Oh, you make a good point.
Like,
You make a good point.
not okay. Like, they don't care. Like, they're making money hand over fist on these guys so they can afford to pay them lots of money. And it's just like, maybe grew up in a shitty environment, maybe didn't have a ton of money, and this will get me out of my environment and make me a ton of money. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go beat my head to death, but at least my family will have a couple bucks, you know?
No, if they cared, they would pay attention to the concussion science, but they don't. You're right. They don't care because they're making so much money. You want to know, they love this kind of stuff, this controversy, because they're in the backside down at tier 4 of the news is 100% of NFL players with major brain issues.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, thank goodness everybody just started kneeling for the flag. They're so not paying
Yes.
attention to this other stuff right now. Look over here. Yeah, just keep that up. We can handle this. We can handle this. We can't handle you dismantling our sport because of actual health concerns.
Right.
Let's just
And
keep
then,
on looking over
like,
here.
I'm all for people choosing to say, you know, this is my body. If I want to beat it up, that's great. But I feel like if you don't have the education behind it, like if you're not given all the facts, like, this is your brain. This is your brain on the NFL.
Yeah. The egg in the thing. Like,
Yeah, like you've got 10 years before you might or might not go crazy and kill your family because your brain has so much trauma, like you're not you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's like boxers. Like, boxers' wives, very common to hear them say they're not them anymore. Like, they're not them.
No, your brain rattles around. Your entire personality is stored like right here, right in the frontal lobe that holds all that junk. Like
Yeah,
right in the
it's
front
like
of your
you're
head.
slowly lobotomizing yourself with a brick wall.
Yeah, that's how they did lobotomies. They just poked you right there through the eye with an ice pick. And they're like, hey, we took that away. Now you're fine.
E-Webs, we need you to draw a Tyrannosaurus rump.
Wait, what? Like a
T-
Trump if he was a
T-rump.
Tyrannosaurus.
A Tyrannosaurus rump. This will be his warm-up for your show tomorrow.
Thank you for the bits. You were the best.
He is awesome.
Look at that cup. It runneth over with awesome sauce.
So, guys, go check out Eric Webb. He's an amazing artist, and he's on freaking Twitch every day drawing and playing, like, the best music that you will hear for that solid 2 hours of draws.
He is the best. I love Eric. I try to watch him on like Fridays or Wednesdays when I'm at home working from home, so I can throw him up there and just have Eric's awesome soundtrack playing and look up at the art every now and then.
We embarrassed him.
He is the best. That's it for the show, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry for the little bit of sometimes a show, sometimes not a show business that we've had going on, but
I have
lives are.
So if we're not set up, it's still gonna happen next week.
Yeah, lives are in flux, but we're hoping everything should be good. 4 weeks from now, we're doing episode 400. Good stuff planned for that. Excited? Are you excited, Smash?
I am going to. That's episode 400 is gonna be awesome. There are secrets.
There are secrets.
So many secrets.
Also, if you have some spare dollars, go pick up Tarbin's True Air Saturday release day by Kelly Lynn Colby.
That's
Fantastic
congratulations, Kelly. That's so exciting.
Yep, we super excited for you to make your tens of dollars from your awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Cracked me up.
We had a blast chit chatting with them. They're just like
He's so
clever,
fun.
happy people.
We love you guys. Eric, episode 400 should be 4 weeks from now, so we'll do 3. Here's how numbers work: 397, 398, 399, 400.
I was gonna say 3.
Yeah, I know you don't
That's
work
why
numbers.
I let you answer, and I was like, I think 3, right?
Yeah,
And
so
then
I think
you said
it's
4.
4 weeks. On the 4th week, there will be the show, the
Oh.
400th episode.
So will that be like Halloween week?
I don't know when Halloween is.
Oh, that's so exciting! I count.
We're hoping that's when it works. I know, like, there might be a thing in the middle. 397, 398, 399, 400 is the 26th. of October.
And Halloween week is close enough.
It's close enough. We should dress up. Episode 400 with pumpkins.
Yes! I dress up like a pirate because that's the only costume I have at the moment, but I don't know where it is because it's back.
Well, hoping for the best.
I'll wear a wig.
There you go. We don't have any mail for the mailbag this week, but if you would like to send us some mail and talk about our controversial stories or whatever, hnhshow@gmail.com is where you do that. If you don't have the Anchor app on Android or iOS, you can go to anchor.fm/2dorks and listen to our station whenever you want. All the audio is actually rolled over every 24 hours, so you'll get depending on when we posted that day, you might get yesterday's stuff and then the new stuff or whatever. But you'll get it. It has an excellent call-in feature within the app, and I'm trying to get people to use that because we are...
Call us and say hi. Sing us a song. Write us a haiku. Say a poem. Do something. We love hearing from you guys because some of you guys have really cool voices.
Yeah, and it's great. The Anchor app makes it super easy. You just hit call into this station, and you put your phone to your ear and start talking, and it's all done. It's great. It's fantastic. We love it.
Doing a tea rump.
And we should also we're also on a service called TuneIn. We just got our podcast listed there. So if you're using TuneIn as an app or on the web, you can find Horseshoes and Hand Grenades there now too. So more options for you to ingest some Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. Download our show wherever you get all your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Steve H&H. Ashley is Fate Kills at PHATE Kills. And Two Dorks TV is the Twitter. So check that out. You can we'll tell you. It says when we go live. It says when we posted stuff on Anchor. It says all kinds of stuff. If you want to tip us, help us make the show better, just help us keep the lights on and give us just say thanks for all the fun you provide. You can do that at twodorks.net/tip. And you will give us some cash money, and that would be great.
Thank you, Eric, and some for the bit.
Yes, if you don't want to give us cash money in bit form or cash dollar form, and you're an Amazon Prime member, free subscriptions on Twitch, twitch.tv/2dorks. Hit the subscribe button, and it'll say, do you want to subscribe with your free Prime? And you say, yes, I do. And it comes back to us. You don't pay money. Jeff Bezos does. And it's awesome.
Yeah, I do like that it doesn't...
Bezos bucks.
In Bezos bucks. Yes.
Yeah, so we get $250 and you don't lose anything, which is even better. With that, we're going to leave you guys with these words of wisdom from Horace. Like ancient Horace, I think, not like Horace Holloway.
I'm like the sun god?
Horace Holloway. Oh, I love Jeff. I hope his arms are good. We need him on the show soon. A leech will not quit the skin until sated with blood.
Oh, you did leech.
Yeah, I tried to sandwich it like you do.
I like that.
Yeah, I worked really hard on these notes. I spent like 15 minutes on them.
They were amazing.
Really challenging for me. This isn't my normal job, okay?
I know. I told Stephanie, because she's like, Steven's getting the notes. And I'm like, oh, shit, that's the thing. Because Jacob's gotten the notes for so long, I forgot that, that had to be done.
I knew he wasn't going to be able to do it because of all the stuff going on. So I was like,
yeah, he just got home 15 minutes ago.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I don't think we might do a Diablo next week. Me and Dressed might do some Diablo because I think Jacob, the plan is just to keep the station locked up for a little while.
Yeah,
until things settle.
We're still floating in space right now.
Yeah, they're still in the escape pod. Yes. But you guys are awesome. Thank you all for tuning in and coming and hanging out with us. It means the world to us. We can't even tell you.
Thank you. You guys are funny and amazing and talented and wonderful, and we love you.
We love you, and we will see you next time here on Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. So loud.
I can't imagine that anybody listens to the very,
coming up on the show.
So, to the people that do, I want them to have
You want them to have the thing they can have for themselves, their own little memento.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm excited to see Eric Webb's tea rump.
I love that you're just like, Eric, draw for us, monkey. Get to work.
Like that's. I feel like Eric bleeds ink.
He's amazing. Like, have you been looking at some of Eric's stuff? Like, I mean,
Eric,
I don't want to just sit here and talk about him when he's in the room, like in third person. But yeah,
I'm excited to add his Harley that he did for me because I have a chibi Harley from him and I have like the big Harley from him that I'm get to hang with my other Harley collection.
your little shrine of Harleys.
So why are you guys stuck in a hotel in Nowlands?
They're in Narlands. Are they stuck?
Yeah.
Are you guys stuck?
Because it's still locked in a hotel, but I don't know if that's like legit locked or you guys are like just there.
What did I call this?
Oh, Eric!
Oh, you're the best, Eric.
That's sweet.
You have always been there for us.
He is also Eric. I wore my H&H shirt, the H&H band, to Dragon Con, and people kept looking at me. They're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Eric Webb, check it out."
That shirt really is like a fantastic advertisement. No, Brian Dunaway asked you.
That's who it was. Yes.
Yeah, Brian Dunaway is like, who did your art? Because he's an artist and he interviews people who do comics and stuff. Comics Coast to Coast is the name of his show. So he was wondering who you were.
Yeah, because I think I texted you, Eric. I think I was just like, dude, because I could be super annoying and like if you wanted to do an interview with him, I could just be like texted like, this is the guy with the shirt if you want to do a thing.
Yeah.
And it might or might not pan out, but
I had fun when we interviewed Eric and Nick Nitro about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Eric always does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving marauding ninja turkeys.
Thanksgiving marauding Ninja Turkeys.
That's what they are.
I'm just like, nope, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turkeys. I changed one word because the rest is too hard.
Yeah, you got to get it right. See, I knew.
Look, dude, I've seen you drunk. Don't even.
Dress was telling me he still had all the pizza box drawings
Oh
Eric
my
put out
God,
there from
that
years
was so-
ago.
He did this, it was before I met Eric. But he did like a drawing of like their whole crew, like little chibis of them. And like everybody was obsessed with that. Like everybody had a copy of that.
So awesome. It's the stuff that means a lot to you is the stuff that you don't intentionally sit down to draw. Like
Yeah.
you just kind of go, I'm in a moment and this sounds like fun and this is great, you know? It's like your Eric Batman drawing on your envelope. Like you could have all the professional drawings that you ever wanted and it's just like that one's special.
Yeah, that one gets a special place in the cabinet. My dad won't let me take that one. Like I leave that at home because Dad likes it.
It's like it's the best and I need it.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
so
I
awesome.
like legit have to pee, and Jacob probably wants to come get naked and take a shower.
And you have to post the stuff on the blog.
And I have to post the stuff on the blog, but
Post the
pee
stuff.
first.
Yeah, go pee, but don't forget to post the stuff on the blog because I gotta go to bed too.
This is big. Well, my bathroom's 3 seconds away.
Okay. And then post the stuff in the blog.
Okay, you're gonna text me, aren't you?
Bye, everybody. We love you.
I love you. Thank you so much. Have a good one, and don't be stuck in New Orleans anymore. Keep on.
Have fun. Bye.